So this is the day before, and I just wanted to share my white shoes. I got these from Amazon. I ordered these, and then I ordered my Crocs. I've got my costume laid out, my shorts, my bathing suit, and this is my new work bag with all of my favorite pins on it. My work bag here has my, you can't really tell as well, but it's got my bathing suit and then my navy shorts that go with my bathing suit, part of my costume. I completely forgot that tomorrow I actually do have a 9 to 5 shift, so I am going to try and go to sleep here in a couple of hours, but all my other shifts are going to be pretty much closing shifts. So, see you in the morning.
I slept awful last night. I think it might have been excitement because literally the last couple of dreams, like dream I had last night, dream I had during my nap yesterday, all of them involved me working in children's activities. Found parking. Gas parking is like close to Disney Springs, near the golf course. Driving in, I was like so nervous to the point of like making myself sick. Not even nervous, it was anxious. And I think it was like excitement and like not nerves. Like, I know I can do this job. I know I'm going to have fun doing this job. I think it's just that my track record for finding places that I'm truly happy in and that I can thrive in has not been great. There's a part of me that's like, well, what if I do thrive in it and I'm happy, and then they all of a sudden decide they don't want to do children's activities anymore. Literally, these are the thoughts that have been going through my brain. I still have about 15 minutes before I start, and the community hall is right over there. They had a run this morning. There was like balloons everywhere and people with like the little 5K or 1K. I don't know how long the race is, but like they do a little race I think every couple of days. I'm going to try and relax and try not to stress out today because this is another one of those easy days. So tomorrow the real fun or the real work begins, but I'm hoping that by seeing things, by getting my hands on things, and by meeting people, that I will be able to feel more comfortable with the next couple of days. Especially now that I know where to park, how to get here, when I need to leave, all that fun stuff. So anyway, I'm gonna stop talking and finish my drink so I can go work. Today was very interesting in a lot of ways. My first impressions is I feel like I bit off a lot more than I was expected to chew. I thought children's activities was literally children's activities where you do pool parties, you do movie nights, you do marshmallows, you just do resort activities. I also thought resort activities was like you go out for a couple hours, you do this, you hang out inside, then you go back out for a couple hours, you do an activity, then you go back inside. That is also wrong. Children's activities literally goes out around 2, I want to say. And they're out there doing activities consistently until like 5:30. Now that one person isn't doing it consistently. They like tag team with another cast member, but like mostly if you're out doing outdoor children's activities, that's all you're doing all day. If you're doing community hall, which apparently I have to be separately trained for, which I was confused about until I realized what that community hall meant. If you're in community hall, you learn how to do the craft, like all of the rental stuff, we do that. We ring up stuff for tie-dye. We do like all of that is children's activities. And if you're in community hall, that's what you're doing. You're like, hanging out with the guests, making sure they're set, doing coloring and crafts and stuff. And then you do basically resort rentals. Also, what you do is on the evening, sometimes they have painting classes. There's very much every day has it, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, has a different schedule that they do every Thursday, every Monday, every whatever, of different games that you have to play. You don't have to, like, you have to try them, and if the guests aren't like, then you can try other ones, but you have to do those games. So if like you work every single Wednesday, you're gonna play those games every single Wednesday. One thing that I did learn that you can do is you get to go in the water, because there is a time when you kind of tag team where like there's an opener for pool activities and a closer for pool activities, and so you kind of there's a time when you're out there together, and so you can play the games with the guests together, and you can go in the water. Like for example, the opener, we hung out with her a little bit, and then when we came back after our break, she was in the pool while the closer pool activities cast member was leading the game. And I mean, she was like in the pool with the kids, and I was like, oh my god, that's me. That's why our blue shorts are a bathing suit, and we actually have a bathing suit underneath. We even got to play a couple of water games outside of the pool with the kids. I didn't really get involved much because I did not wear my water gear. Apparently you go into work wearing your water gear, and then if you're closing, then you change into your regular tan pants after your break, so you can do firewood and stuff, which we went over firewood stuff, but we didn't actually set up the campfire because that doesn't get set up for another 2 hours. I'll probably end up doing that tomorrow. But we did a lot of cleaning. One thing I realized is also there's only like maybe 4 children's activities cast members that work every single day. There's like two openers and 2 closers basically. And what's interesting is every activity you do and every downtime you have, you are setting up for the next person, or you're cleaning up for the next person. Or for example, we went out and we brought the tie-dye stuff out for them to do tie-dye at the pool. We brought the pool activities cart back when they were done with it, and we took all the activities off and got it ready for tomorrow for our next pool activities, which I will probably end up being the opener for. Also, children's activities shifts, they have an opener for community hall, which I think they said is like 7 or something, because they have a race that they do early in the morning, and they have rentals that have to be open that early in case people want to rent a bike early in the morning. But the pool, the next assignment, the next cast member doesn't come in until children's pool activities open at like 12 something. And so that's why all of my shifts are like 12 something until later, because I'm working pool, because I'm not like efficient or proficient rather for community hall, which part of me thinks it's bittersweet, because it's on the one hand, if you're in community hall, you're stuck in community hall and that's the only area you can go, but it is air conditioned. But on the flip side, you also have to deal with ringing up people for rentals and stuff. It's like one of those things where it's like bittersweet, and there's a lot, like she even told me, you do have to get trained with first aid. The little fanny pack that they wear has like band-aids and gauze and all this other stuff in it, and like a CPR thing and all this stuff, which gives me anxiety to think about, because I don't know if I'm ready for someone's life to be dependent on me. Now mind you, there are lifeguards around, you know, in case it was at the pool type of a thing, but like I have a first aid rescue training next Thursday. It's either next Thursday or next Tuesday, I can't remember. And then she was saying, I guess every month or so I have to be retrained on that, just so that way I keep the practice. So on the one hand, yes, it's going to be really overwhelming and like my anxiety will be through the roof, but on the other hand, I'm going to like know it like that after doing it over and over and over again. And that was something that I talked to Jared about, because Jared, as you guys know, is on the safety team for SeaWorld, and he was telling me how he felt overwhelmed when he first started out, and that there are still moments where he, you know, asks questions or doesn't know how to do something, but he feels more comfortable doing it because he's had a lot of practice. So I also was talking to my trainer. She's like, there's been very rarely any times where she's had to actually use CPR or actually had to use first aid. She said, rarely ever will you ever have to use this. This is just in case the event does happen. Yeah, I got a better tour, because I mentioned in my last training vlog that the resort, almost said park, the resort tour was very not helpful to me, because I was in the back and I was like where the air conditioning was, so I couldn't hear a word they said. She first thing took me on a Pargo over the entire resort and explained everything. I'm right nearby the boats that go to Disney Springs, that's why you hear it. Apparently you only get like typical cast members get a break every 2 to 3 hours. You get a 15, then you get a 30, then you get another 15, then you go home. For this role, I get 1 hour break. So all of my breaks are combined into one. So I work 4 hours, I have an hour break, or I work 3.5 hours, I have an hour break, and that's it, which my stomach is not used to. I'm used to eating small meals every 2 to 3 hours. Also, when my body stops moving that long a time, I get real sleepy. And with my sleeping schedule being so right now, like, I wanted to take a nap so bad. It ended up getting better because we walked around and we did lots, but it was like, it's gonna be a major adjustment, especially when it comes to like meal prepping and stuff. Like, I still have snacks left over that I didn't even eat, which is fine. I can eat them like now when I get home. But anyway, it is definitely going to be, in closing, an adjustment. It is very, very different from parks and attractions and anything else that I've ever done. It's different guests, it's a different feel, and it's weird, but I kind of like it in the sense where, like, the guests that you get, like there were certain guests that came and I was like, you could tell that they're DVC and they've been here a million times, just of how they talked to you and like how they requested things. They're easier to service, you know what I mean? I need to not look at it as a I can't do it, and look at it more as a with practice I will. Like, there's a reason why I have a 5-day training and not like a 3-day training, like a regular attraction. Like, for example, for Packin' Fireworks, you get 1 day, and then for Frozen Sing-Along and training at the Indiana Jones show, you get 3 days. You get 2 days of training, and then you get assessed, and then that's it. Here, I get 5. I get the introduction, which is what I had today, and then I have the 3 days of actual in rotation doing it, and then my last day I get assessed. So I just remember I have to breathe, take my time, and I'll be able to do this. And I think after, like, with practice, I will really like it here. It's going to take a lot of practice, but I will really like it. The fact that my foot has been bothering me all day, my good foot, hasn't helped with everything, but that's a whole other thing. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Keep me in your prayers. Thank you for all the positive thoughts that you guys have been throwing at me. And if you're in the Saratoga Springs area, come play at the pool. Come see if I'm hanging out at the community hall, and we can go paint stuff together. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.